Heads up 20 ups, it's Thursday, and oh my god! Why do you wait till I hit the record button? Why? 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 Well, heads up 20 ups. There's a toddler on the loose. So, what we're doing... Wow, my head is gigantic. Is we are talking about... we are talking about childhood memories. I knew that. I had that written down. And I love that. Childhood memories are awesome, and some are great, and some are wonderful, and some are horrible, and I guess everyone has a mix of those. And I was very, very, very fortunate to have grown up with a lot of awesome childhood memories that could have been really, really, really horrible childhood memories. So I will get back to that in a little bit, because first I want to talk about what everyone else talked about, which is awesome. First, the Hogwarts houses. Yes. Waiting to find out what Danielle and TJ are, because we need to know. These things are important. Although, I'm just gonna guess right out that Danielle is probably a Ravenclaw, because she seems super smart. And TJ, I think he's a Gryffindor. I don't know. He seems very Gryffindor. At least I would even it up a little bit. But the Hufflepuffs, you know, we rule. Sorry. Hufflepuffs are just that awesome. So yeah, I can't wait to find out what you guys' Hogwarts houses are. So moving on from that. Gins. Barbies! I love Barbies! I had one just now in my hand. I was playing with it. Oh wait. Here it is. This is what, Baby does to Barbie hair, by the way. I put it up because it was horrible, and now it's even worse. But yes, we play Barbies now, and I love that I can play Barbies again. Even though right now, playing Barbies pretty much consists of this. But eventually, now that is some crazy yoga. Eventually playing Barbies will be more awesome, and I cannot wait to be able to do that. I just dropped them on the floor. Yeah, so I love Barbies, and I did the same thing when I played with them. I assigned them their own personalities and their own names, and they had these storylines that they followed, and somehow my dream as a child was always, because I had all the Barbie stuff at one point in time, my dream was to be able to shrink down to the size of a Barbie so I could use her car and her house and her pretty, pretty clothes. The dreams of a 5-year-old. Yay, Barbies. Danielle, the story you told about your family, I swear it could be, we could have had the same family. Mine does the same stuff. There's lots of talking. We sit around and we eat and talk and eat and talk and eat and talk well into the night. Now that we're adults, for the most part, there's a lot of wine, and then my brothers will play guitar, and we'll talk about politics and talk about various projects we're working on and collaborate together and talk about things. And I love that loud, boisterous, just family atmosphere where you have to really, really, really speak up to get heard. And, you know, everyone's always got something to say, and everyone's always laughing. And that was such a nice thing to hear, that, you know, you had that childhood experience as well, and it's an awesome thing, because I think when you have that atmosphere, it doesn't matter where your lot is in life. If you have that kind of familial atmosphere, everything's instantly okay, you know? Which brings me to my childhood memory. We didn't have a lot growing up. We were pretty broke. We moved around a lot. Sometimes we didn't have stuff to eat. Um, didn't have, we'd go through periods of really, really good times, and then something would happen, an accident or an illness, and we would lose everything. And several points of living in hotels, living off of donated food and stuff, and a really hard life, but that really loud, happy, boisterous thing, it always made up for it, you know? We always felt like nothing that could come at us would hurt us because of that. Um, so that's not exactly my childhood memory, more of a lead up to my childhood memory. My best childhood memory was when I was 7 or 8. I was in 2nd grade, and we were living in Reno, Nevada, and we were staying in a hotel, because my mom had a job there as a front desk clerk, and they let her have the manager's suite, I think is what it was. It was larger than the other rooms and had a little kitchenette. And we were living there, and we didn't have a lot, because that year, just a couple weeks beforehand, my dad was in a really, really, really bad car accident. He'd been in the hospital for a long time, and he had just gotten released shortly before Christmas. Yes, it's a cell phone. And so we didn't have Christmas presents, we didn't have food. It was really rough, you know. Of course, my dad was out of work because of it. And so one day, just a couple days before Christmas, this big old giant white van pulls up right next to our door. And this lady jumps out with a bag of food and hands it to my mom. And then they open the back and they just start unloading all these wrapped Christmas presents and groceries. And it was so bizarre because we didn't know who they were or where they were from, and the only thing the woman asked was my mom's name, and then she nodded, and then they handed her everything, and then they left, and nobody said a word. And of course, as a little 8-year-old, seeing all these presents just instantly carried in when we had already resigned ourselves to the fact that there wasn't going to be a Christmas was amazing. It's an image that is like forever burned into my head. And then what's more is everything was labeled with our names, and then all the clothes were the right size, the toys were exactly what we wanted, and to this day we have no idea who put us on a list or who took up donations. Looking back, it was probably the hospital, or something like that, or the school, but as an 8-year-old, I thought it was Santa. I thought Santa's elves had come to deliver presents personally because our year was so bad, and I believed that for years. And I believed in Santa long after, you know, my peers had stopped, just because of that moment. And that moment is what I always look back to when I think of, you know, bad things happening, or, you know, bad things going on in the world. And when I do something for somebody, I want to be able to bring that, my nose itches, bring that feeling back to them, you know, that I had then, of just like, people can be so amazing. So, and that's my childhood memory, because when I think about it, I just feel so happy and so good and wonderful and so grateful, and it's really, I don't know. It seems like an odd thing to think about, you know, as a childhood memory, and I have so many really good childhood memories that it was hard to pick, but that one's the one that it's just so burned so clearly into my mind. Um, Now, let's see. Okay, so now for the last little bit of stuff, I was going to talk about with everybody, Rima, I love that thing your parents taught you of dream big, not singularly. I would love to get that printed on a t-shirt. That would be a really, really, really good thing. That's a really great phrase. So that's awesome. And, yeah, what a wonderful thing. I don't really have much to say about it except for that's really, really, really cool. I might steal that phrase. Hope you don't mind. I'll be using it from now on. Craig, I loved, 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 loved that version of Friday. It was hilarious. Is that supposed to be? It's supposed to be like Bob Dylan sounding, right? I don't know. I'm not very good at remembering things, but I do love the way it sounds. That was really cool. It actually sounds better like that. I don't know. I'll have to look it up and listen to the whole thing like that if there's a copy of it somewhere. Um, um, TJ, yes, the drawing on my screen thing. I was so excited when I found out I could do that. Um, and it's actually part of the program on the camera I use. And it's a Dell TouchCam because I have a Dell touchscreen tablet PC. So I just touch the screen and draw, and I love it. And of course, because I use the webcam. Yay! Little stars. Like that. Yay! Yeah. Because it's just a part of the webcam, and it also comes with, stuff like this. Little birdie. And, I like it. It's fun to, yeah. That's kind of creepy looking, actually. I love the baseball stuff, because I used to go watch my brother play baseball. We had a lot of good times doing that. Never really, I got hit in the head with a softball. They lie about softballs, just so you know. Those things are horrible. I think I was concussed, I don't remember. So I think that's everything. I keep trying to come up with things to ask everybody, but everyone's like so much better about asking really good questions than I am. So I guess I'm gonna ask, I don't know. I'll have to think of something. In the meantime, I'm going to formally introduce you to my baby, or babies if I can find my cat. I don't know where she's at. Last I saw, the baby was chasing her that away. Who knows what happened. Heads up, 20 ups! I'm a baby! It was up! What's up, world? Hi. So, yeah, this is Leilani. And when I'm home and she's awake, she'll probably make a couple appearances. She's pretty cute. And we have big news to share with the world. Because I love embarrassing her. Guess what? Say, she used the potty! Woo! Okay, that was my mommy moment. Sorry. Okay, I can't capture the cat, otherwise I would. So maybe next time I'll be able to get a hold of her. She's evil. So to wrap this up, because I've been at this for an hour. I will see you tomorrow, Craig, and everybody, you've been awesome.